my name is Hart. I'm a computer science major from the University of Virginia, graduating December 2021. I remember when I got started with computer science. It was very, very casual. I had no idea what I was doing, but when I was approximately 10 years old, I had a Tumblr blog. I know you're supposed to be 13 for them, but I did have a Tumblr blog. And the really cool thing about Tumblr was you could personalize your blog. And I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what I was doing at that point was considered programming, but I would go online, I would Google Tumblr blog template, and I would copy a bunch of HTML and CSS and pop it in where now I had this whole new personalized feel. Because of that, I actually believe I went to, Code Academy or Free Code Camp or Hour of Code or one of those things to kind of learn a little bit of HTML and CSS. Honestly, at that point in middle school, I found it a little boring, not challenging enough for me. And even in high school, when I went to AP Computer Science, I had a teacher who I did not turn in 3 assignments. I know it's bad on me, but he still gave me high 90s on all 3 of those assignments. So it kind of showed me that I didn't have to put a lot of work into the class. And honestly, I didn't understand a single thing. I went to college, I took the AP exam, not knowing what a string was, not knowing what a method was. I was confused on the concept of class, and object-oriented programming as a whole flew by my head. So when I finally got into coding, when I finally felt like I could succeed, that was in college. I took my first introduction to computer science class my first semester. It was in Python, and I realized that it wasn't as hard as I built myself up to believe. It was just a lot of logical thinking, and I was very much that kid who loved to play logic puzzles, loved to think about whodunits, loved those like mystery shows. So I really liked the deducing. It made me feel like a little bit of a Sherlock Holmes. But unfortunately, that feeling of belonging didn't necessarily last too long because, as a young woman in tech, even in STEM overall, you kind of look to the left, you look to the right, and it's just men. I even started the Girls Who Code College Loop chapter at my university, and I remember when I was talking about when I was advertising and going to different classes, I would talk about how 18% of those pursuing a bachelor's degree in computer science are female. And our school is high above the national average, but doesn't even break 30%. And we're considered 6th in the nation. And I remember going to those classrooms, looking people in the eye and seeing how little women there were. In the smaller classes, it felt like I could count on my hands. In the larger classes, it felt like, I could pick at random and maybe like 6 times out of 10, it would land on a man or someone and I believe that just kind of shows the lack of gender diversity tech has nowadays, especially when you consider aspects when you're younger. Typically, young girls are pushed more into humanities or home life, and that's where they get a lot of experience where they're younger, whereas you hear these traditionally male-dominated roles, these same young men get pushed into tech when they're younger. So you hear them talking about in class like, oh, this app I created in middle school, oh, this app I created in high school, oh, this game clone that I did, and I, going into college, knew none of those words. Maybe app, but I had no idea what it meant to start an app or make an app or put it on the app store or anything like that. That seemed years ahead of anything that I could do. Only 73% of the world are either only piloting computer science or doing nothing at all. And in the US alone, only 29% of total students that took the AP Computer Science exam in 2020 were females. And it just kind of shows where, we're not funneling in all that talent to not market towards the other half of the world's population shows, a lack in innovation. We have multiple perspectives, diverse perspectives. We're able to create a world that, thinks in so many different ways and can only get better. Computer science is tremendously important for students today. We're entering an age of technology where students have the opportunity to control what's going on in their phones and their computers. And we're only going to get more technologically advanced, where coding is going to become, a regular part of life. And one thing that we can do to, get ahead of that curve is start learning now, even if it's just something as simple as a drag and drop game like Scratch, or getting a little more in depth like Python, or even trying a little harder and learning a little bit of C++. But the important thing is laying these foundations down. By having this campaign by .tech domains, it shows that, it's not just the little guys that are paying attention. It shows that big companies are starting to realize that we could do so much better with more diversity in the field, with so many other perspectives. So what I really wish for .tech domain to accomplish is to show a little bit about how wonderful a diverse world of tech can be, and also maybe even inspire a couple people to join a more gender diverse technology field. Thank you.